I'm LP Master 6. Last time on F-Zero X, we beat all the tracks in Novice difficulty, so we got no ceremonious ending or anything. Now we will finally move on to Standard. Woo! So you're seeing the same tracks again already in part 3 or 4 of the Let's Play. But you're okay with that, right? We have finally unlocked more vehicles and racers. This is... I'm gonna guess... no, I have no idea. That's Octoman. I don't remember who that is. Some old scientist guy. That's Mr. EAD. And look at his stats. EAD. Then we have, I don't know, some T-Rex guy. I forgot his name. No idea what that character is at all. But those are the new ones we've unlocked for getting 3 X's on our file. See? That's how you unlock different characters. So, some people put it more specifically, like, oh, you got to beat this and this and this. Not really. You kind of just have to get a certain amount of X's, which, of course, are only possible in certain increments, I guess, a lot of the time. Because you're not going to unlock, like, the 3rd row before the 2nd row or anything like that. Anyway, this is pilot number 5, Samurai Goroh, age 44. He's one of the best bounty hunters around and the leader of a group of space thieves. Goroh's reason for joining F-Zero is because of his hatred for Captain Falcon, his rival. So, we are finally going to put the Fire Stingray to good use. Those stats look pretty good except for the boost. If we can get by without... because his top speed should be pretty good, just like in the other games. Well, I mean, his top speed's pretty good, even if not the Fire Stingray in the Satellaview games. But if you'll notice, we're already struggling. Like, we can't get ahead of the pack very well. That's because we're in standard difficulty now, and the difference in difficulty is the speed of the opponents. It's a lot less bullshit than in the SNES game, that's for sure, but my god. I don't know how you're supposed to beat expert difficulty, so we're not going to be able to do it. I'm not even going to pretend. We probably won't be able to even try, or like to even get halfway through this cup with Samurai Goroh. I should have increased our max speed, though. I really needed to do that. And we probably shouldn't be somebody with, like, no boost. Like, we can barely go 1,000 if we're lucky. Alright, we're doing better than I thought, though, so that's fine. You guys ready to talk about some unused content? So first I want to point out, you want to know the racing games I had for the Nintendo 64 as a kid? I didn't have Mario Kart 64, and I never asked for it for some reason. My aunt had it, and I just played it at my grandma's house. Which was like, you know, we'd go at least once a month back when I was a kid. Now I see my grandma, the one that's still alive, obviously, a few times a year. I'm a terrible, terrible grandson. What is wrong with me? I need to go see her. She's getting more senile as time goes on, and it's very sad. And I watch that happen a lot more rapidly with my paternal grandmother, and it's devastating watching it with my maternal grandmother. But she's still mostly there, and she'll admit she's going a little senile, which is the most important thing, if you ask me. So maybe she'll go to the doctor for it at some point. I had an Indianapolis 500 racing game. Ooh, silence, high speed. We're going to go all in, baby. Ooh. I don't know why I'm coughing. Oh, because I got a bunch of cat hair, climby hair stuck in my throat. Ooh, look at that. Look at this sluggish acceleration. Oh, that's terrible. Alright, as long as we don't spin out, we should be good. And if we keep boosting, we'll be especially good. Oh my god. Oh, I hope we can win this. It'd be so satisfying. Alright, if you miss all the boosts, you're not going to win anything. Holy shit, okay. I like how we didn't do anything. We just get the final hit and we get a star for it. I'm not going to complain, though. I like that this is even easier than Mute City. I'm pretty sure that was my only racing game for the 64 now that I think about it. That's sad. That's terrible. Like, I'm sad just thinking about it. I didn't have this. I would have loved this as a kid, even if I would have been absolutely terrible at it. it would have been fun. I was terrible at most games as a kid, but I still played the beginnings of them over and over and over and over and had a great time pretending like I was going to do everything in a game I was terrible at. In reality, whether I was good at the game or not, I wouldn't even get halfway done. Ever. My obsessive compulsive issues were just severely bad when I was a little kid. Okay. Alright, that was stressful but very fun. Feels good every time. Alright, enough of that. So you know how these days, if a game, it was especially prominent in like the late 2010s, if a game had DLC in the game's files, inaccessible, and you had to pay for it from day one, people would be pissed, right? Absolutely furious. And understandably so, because they're charging you more on top of the full game price for something that's already done. That is a little ridiculous. This game did it. A lot of the expansion kit contents are fully usable in this game with hacking. Not the tracks, though. The Cutting Room 4 said most of the content is there, and I was like, are you kidding me? That's such shit. No, the tracks are not there, the music's not there. It seems to primarily, if not only, be... okay, there are no new racers in the expansion kit. But... and I guess I could talk about this. I should technically save this for the expansion kit, but since it didn't come out in the West, I guess I'll talk about it a bit now. They added new forms, I guess, new vehicles and new outfits, too, in the artwork for Jody Summer, Captain Falcon, and Samurai Goroh. Just those three. They get all new stats. And Captain Falcon's upgraded vehicle is called the Super Falcon. And essentially, yeah, it's... I don't know if it's pay-to-win DLC or what. I haven't played it again, so I guess I'll have to see. But there is an alternate version with different stats. Fully usable in this version of the game. Oh my god, we survived that. I cannot believe it. Ooh. Alright. Oh my god. I don't want to get 5th. I really don't want to get 5th. I also don't want to die, so I need to be careful. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh my god. They're such clinchers. Most races in standard difficulty, you only get first right at the finish line. And it feels so good. But that's that. If you want those, there are codes. I guess Game Sharp, Game Genie, something codes. You can look them up if you're emulating the game and want to check it out. Or if you have a cheating device for the N64. Which I've personally never seen. I know they existed, right? They had to have existed. Alright, this is Devil's Forest. Oh, this song, Devil's Forest, is called Devil's Call in Your Heart. I just remembered it. Also in the game are graphics of Beavis. From Beavis and Butthead. What? Not the first Nintendo Beavis and Butthead connection. Just kidding. Oh, the show was coming to a close, I think, at the time. But, like, the fact that this Japanese team of developers put Beavis and inverted, like, negative, like a negative photo, inverted lighting, whatever you'd call it, Beavis is also in the files. Nobody knows why. But to imagine a version of F-Zero X where Beavis is a playable character or something, I'm quite a fan. Obviously, that was never going to happen. It's just funny that that's there. You never see stuff like that in first-party Nintendo games, and when it does happen, it's hilarious. But I'm just thinking about the NES Golf Iceberg video an old friend of mine and I made. Please look it up. It's hilarious. It's such... There's a lot of dry humor in there, but it's presented like it's a real bunch of facts. And some of the facts are real, thanks to my extensive knowledge on NES Golf. But we put in this whole thing about how Beavis and Butthead had have a banned episode that featured golf in it, so the episode is lost media. It's pretty funny if you ask me. That was my idea too. A good half the ideas were mine, and that might be the one I'm most proud of. It was a collaborative effort though. Very good video. I might remember to link it in the description, and I won't. So let's be honest. I'm not going to put it in the description. Just YouTube NES Golf Iceberg. I don't remember what he titled it, but we weren't friends when the video actually uploaded. The last time we ever saw each other was when he showed me the video. He left my house, and I haven't seen him since. So it was a good finale to our friendship. Also, hacking can change the number of laps to 4 or 5. Can't go above 5 though, that just doesn't work in the game. This is because the original game had 5 laps, and in early footage, in screenshots, you can see there were going to be 5-lap races for every race in this game. But they later reduced that to 3, I guess because the tracks are much bigger. So the industry standard is now officially 3. Even though the first Mario Kart and F-Zero had 5. Well, now it's 3. Which I like a lot better. I much prefer longer track design and fewer laps. But of course, even if it's long tracks, I wouldn't mind if they made it a little easier, 5 laps at all. I just want to play more of the game, essentially. As long as it's easy enough for me to be able to play it. So this game's a little bit of a different story. It is so fun, though. Just, this music. It was praised for its monaural soundtrack. Doesn't that just mean mono? Why would it be praised for that? Though the sound effects are stereo, which is pretty cool for the time. At least I read that. I haven't really paid much attention. So I could be wrong. Ooh, that was close. God. Oh, is this Big Blue? Are we finally in Big Blue? This is one of the best remixes of all time. It's so good. Or is it? This isn't Mute City again, right? Maybe it is and I'm stupid. But I think this is Big Blue. Alright, oh my god. You will fall off these stupid cylinders if you boost too quickly. They just hit the slightest curve. For this, you really want good grip for these stages. Oh my god, the guitar is so good. I'm going to let you listen for a minute. That's how good it is. Holy shit, 9th place? That is not good. Oh, I'm amazed I can even get that high with Samurai Goroh in standard difficulty. So I guess I shouldn't bitch. But hacking to change the number of laps and make it higher also increases the racer's speed. So the game is essentially impossible. I haven't paid attention to what we are... Hold on. High jump. Okay, our boost is already pretty bad. I'm just going to stick with this and hope we win. If not, I'm going to have to redo the whole cup with Captain Falcon or Mighty Gazelle. Those are the only 2 characters I've ever seriously played as. In multiplayer, early on I played a lot of Mr. EAD because he is a Mario reference that we will get into when we do his bio and stuff. I can't play as every character. Not every character is worth playing as either. Also, this is ice. We didn't get on it before because, I tried to avoid that sort of thing. Oh my god. It doesn't matter if we die. We haven't died once yet. Again, your number of extra lives does go down by the difficulty. We can boost around that curve, make up for stuff. We can boost here. That was a bad idea. Well, our body's pretty good, so I guess we can't afford to be a little reckless. Not on the ice, not on the ice. Avoid the ice. Thank you. Alright, we're on lap 2, so 15th place. I won't complain too much about that. Alright, you don't want to angle down too terribly much, because that'll just give you a sloppy landing, and you'll have no air time with the high speed. Alright. Alright, this is not bad. I'm hoping for top 3 here. I think we can beat it for sure if we get top 3, right? I need to be paying more attention. Also, I've covered most of my notes. All of the notes I want to cover for the Grand Prix are gone. Oh my god. Alright, keep boosting, keep boosting, keep boosting. Just mash the B button, please. Yeah! Ooh, I'm a little worried. The stupid fox-looking guy. The guy that just looks just like Fox McCloud. Not supposed to be, though. He's like a tiger or something. I don't know. Alright. Oh, well, that's 93 points. So, yeah! Okay. We beat it by a decent margin. Oh, Baba is the person we unlocked. Okay. The first slot right below Captain Falcon. Congratulations! And now that we're in a higher difficulty, the ending has actually changed. Not this part, though. You still have to sit through this. You cannot skip it. There's no way to skip it. So I'm going to force you to watch it every single time. You know, for commentary on a racing game, I'm supposed to have an interesting life or have interesting things to talk about. But my job really does not lead me to interesting places anymore. I just shop at Walmart. I talk to people at Walmart sometimes. I've become good acquaintances with the person at Walmart. Maybe not good acquaintances, decent acquaintances. With one of the greeters that checks your receipt. You know, I used to talk to a guy in Cracker Barrel a lot. Oh, look, look, look. We're standing outside the vehicles. I don't know if that's supposed to be us. If so, that's the worst ever graphic of a person at all on the like in any video game ever. I'm the best in the universe. Remember that. That's right. You get a little card. It's the same no matter what difficulty. Obviously, it's different depending on the character. I believe Captain Falcon's is, my time has not yet passed. But I'm sure we'll have to swap back to him at some point. So, you're welcome, Nintendo. You're very welcome. I'm going to go check the recording time now and possibly cut off the video. Woo! And if that's the case, I'm LP Master 6. Goodbye. Well, that was our fastest anything yet. That was 17 minutes. So, we're going to go back in. And that's good because I had a hanging thought. I don't take Cracker Barrel orders much anymore. There's no place to sit while you wait, and it takes forever. So, there you go. There's an ending to that. We can play as Jody Summer now. Pilot number 2, age 24. Jody is one of the top rookie pilots in the circuit. While Jody doesn't have much experience, many see her as a dark horse. I've never once played as her at all. I keep thinking the C's there are G's. You know what? Let's go all in. Her body's C. That should be good enough, right? Isn't that what Captain Falcon's is? His is either B or C. Maybe it's his boost that's C and everything else is B. That sounds about right. Oh, I'm nervous for this. This took me a million tries in handheld mode on the Switch. But it feels so good. Like, again, this is great. Like, look at this. Look how fast we're going. All of these things on screen, no slowdown. The draw distance is surprisingly good for its time, actually. I'm sure they spent a lot of time programming this very well. Oh, you know what? It was either this game or the original F-Zero, I can't remember, that was actually fully programmed without outside help by this team of people. Nintendo EAD. I think it was the original F-Zero. That might have been the fact I was thinking of before, where they had just become EAD. No, I think what I'm thinking of is F-Zero was the first game they programmed completely themselves, without any outside help. Which, yes, means that both of the first two Zelda games and all the Mario games beforehand had outside help with programming. It was a completely different third-party company that helped with Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros., The Lost Levels, and I think Mario 2. I didn't see Mario 3 on the list, so I'm not sure about that, but yeah, a company other than Nintendo helped program that. That's so weird, isn't it? Oh, I never noticed it says White Cat on the machine there. Why would I, though? I've never actually played as her. I don't know. The lighting always makes up for it to me. Yeah, we went all in before. And by all in, I mean I'm not going max speed. I don't know the tracks well enough to go that far. Who is that in third place? I don't think I've ever seen that character before. Well, she won't be third place for long, because she's in second now. What's another thing I can talk about? You know, I talk about music a lot because that's all I get to do during the day. At work, I get to listen to music, you know, or be on the phone. I listened to Lana Del Rey's first 4 albums for the first time in a long time, very recently, and I gotta say, I never listened to her 4th album because the lead single, High by the Beach, is one of the worst songs I've ever heard. But the album surprised me. It only had like 3 bad songs and 1 song, I think. I already forgot. But, you know, it wasn't that bad. And I had no idea her 3rd album, which is her best that is currently available. Her best album is her 1st album, which is just this weird dream pop album. It's so strange and so satisfying to listen to. Even if her lyrics really aren't her strong suit, you know, the album is just so interesting. And her what most people think is her 1st album, Born to Die, that made her famous. That album just, it's considered a trip hop album. And I think anything considered a trip hop album is, you know, bad. So, it's not really bad. I mean, it's a good album. It's just bland and a little uninspired, if you ask me. Like, the lyrics don't mean anything and the beats are just boring. It's still a little unique for the time, but I don't know, for anybody interested in pop music, I was just surprised pleasantly. But I'm not listening to her 5th album. I saw it featuring A$AP Rocky and, like, I think some other rapper on there. And I'm like, no, pop music that features a rapper just, it loses all respect for me because none of that is ever good. But I never realized how important the producer is on a pop album until really researching Lana Del Rey. Now, of course, I like the whole sad idea of pop music, and everybody credits that being popular to Lana Del Rey. What about Adele, who was famous before her? Or, I don't know, there's lots of indie singers before her time, or around the same time. Like Mitski's 1st album came out in 2012, even though she didn't get any real traction until her 3rd album. This is exactly what you guys wanted to hear about while metal music is playing. The power of pop music. Which again, you know, I'm always a 90s music kind of guy myself. I've listened to all of Pink Floyd's albums again lately. And a lot of people say they're overrated. They're so good. Like, way ahead of their time in the 60s. They've got so much weird shit, and it always works. When somebody has an artistic vision for just the weirdest shit ever, sound-wise, it usually comes out pretty good. Like, you know, Revolution 9 by the Beatles, or any of Kurt Cobain's audio collages. They're just so solid. Don't hit a wall, don't hit a wall, don't hit a wall, don't hit a wall. Oh my god. Shit! Come on! Don't even give me that. The portrait of Baba, he just looks like Captain Falcon with different colors and long hair, which is killing me. Do we need more speed? I'm gonna go for more speed. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Devil's Forest is a terrifying name, and it always makes me scared for the racetracks. Well, yeah, there's not that many curves, it looks like. It's mostly a straight shot. Maybe I should have gone all the way in on max speed. Nah, that's okay. But you can really feel the difference with the engine settings. Like, oh. But it's too much choice for me. Like, you give me a racing game with too much choice, and I'm going to be terrible at it. So I'm really scared for the GameCube sequel. Now, remember, the next sequel after this is more like the SNES game, and it's also on Switch Online. The first time I played it, I didn't play much of it. I didn't think it was very good, to be perfectly honest, but I think I just need to get good at it, just like, you know, the first 2 games. Once you get to where you can beat some of it, that's when you can appreciate it, really. That's how I am with a lot of things. I'm like, well, people like this. I don't. I can see the merit. It looks well crafted. I'll come back to it later. That's what I did with this game, sort of. I never said I disliked this game at all, so there is a difference there. Speaking of, yeah, there's a huge difference in just that little notch of max speed we got. Ugh. God, oh, it always feels so dangerous. Yeah, Jody Summer is pretty good. The vocals in this soundtrack are just my absolute favorite. I don't know who does the vocals here, if it's Taro Bando or Jim Warnell. I'd assume it's Taro Bando, because it sounds kind of like the male death scream and the I don't want to say beta, but that's such an easier thing to say than the earlier in development, the files. Announcer voice. What else do we have to talk about, you guys? Technique. Since it says technique, maybe I shouldn't? We'll leave it at 2 notches. Well, of course, it's not notches. It's, segments, I guess? Because a notch would be like 1 press, right? I don't know, because a notch is a physical thing you can feel. But when I think of notches, I think of a safe. So I also think of, like, safe cracking in 1-2 Switch. What, is it called Safe Buster? No, that's a Game & Watch game. One of the few I haven't ever played, I think. Oh, man, there's too much Nintendo going on in my head. I really need to do something else for a change. Like, go clean. And listen to more 90s grunge music that I am a little sick of. Like, every time I think about it, I think, oh, how can I listen to more? But then I put it on, and I'm like, oh, yeah. This is the stuff. My wife and I might go see Ben Folds in December. I love me some Ben Folds. Go listen to Ben Folds 5. As Korn called them, they're rock for pussies. But they're an amazingly wonderful 90s band. Yeah, the final lap. I love the compression of his voice. And just the sounds, the visuals, everything looks so good. Everything is so spacey. And you know what else? A lot of people said, you know what? I expected techno music, considering the overdone futuristic style of F-Zero. But they delivered retro speed metal. Which, again, what? I still don't get how it's retro. By today's standards, I don't think this is considered retro. But do they mean like the 80s? The height of metal like this? Is that really retro by 1998 standards? Because the 2000s aren't considered retro, are they? Oh god, maybe I'm just old. I don't know. I should ask my niece. The only youngin that I know who would be able to tell me. I don't really interact with anybody on the internet. So, like, I've been invited to a Discord server by Spoiler Goblin, the Marioverse, which is full of Mario theorists. And that's the type of shit that I would have eaten up as a kid. Like, I found this Mario theory forum, the Marioology forums, which shares a name with the study of Jesus' mother, Mary. So, which isn't nearly as interesting, no offense to Christians. But the study of Mario, the video game character, is way cooler. I'm sorry. I took it too far. Now I've been offensive, and I apologize for my actions. But, like, I made one post on there making a connection between Earthbound Beginnings. Because they were talking about how all Nintendo universes are connected. And I brought up in Earthbound Beginnings, Super Mario Bros. 7 is mentioned to be a video game in the Earthbound universe. So there was a connection there, and I felt proud of myself. I came out of my shell and made a forum post. Because when I was a lot young, that was really fast. When I was a lot younger, I made a forum post on something. I don't remember. Was it the GameSpot forums? Those existed, right? I can't remember. But, White Land. Oh, nothing beats listening to White Land from the original F-Zero, though. I'm glad this is different. I like when sequels are different. So, again, I'm not complaining. I just don't think it's as good. But they couldn't have milked the same exact, style of game for so long. Especially in the transition to the 3D era. Everything had to be different. So, this was a good way of doing it. But I made this forum post in one of those welcome to the forum, make your first post here sort of deals. Those little sub-forums. And so the first person who replied to me and welcomed me had a signature that was like, "You will now die," or something like that. And I was like, does he not like me? Is he mean? So I asked my mom about it, and I was so confused, and she had no idea. I didn't know what signatures were at the time, but yeah, I used to frequent the Super Smash Brothers IGN boards all the time. Oh, people like anticipating. I did make forum posts. I just compiled every prediction I'd ever seen in a obsessive list. Like, this is my wish list for the next Smash game. And then people were like, oh, this is a joke. Because it had CDI Link on there, who I didn't get. I didn't realize that was a joke inclusion. So I just included literally everything. And so people thought it was satire. And it wasn't. But I just went along with it. I don't think I ever made another post. But man, we'll get to that stuff when we get to that stuff. Right now, we're still in games that I wasn't alive for when they released. I was alive when most of the games we're playing on the channel right now came out in the West. But, again, oh, shit. We were so close. I like that we made it to the next step there. And again, I really have to pee. You know what? This is a bad idea. Who cares? Because it's a pretty straight course. I mean, look at that section right there that we're about to get into on the little mini-map. I think you can turn that off. The C buttons do various things. I honestly don't care to find out what they are. I showed you the secret things about how you can change color and all of that. I'm not really all that interested in showing you the different colors for every machine, because there's 30 of them. We won't even get to play as 30 different machines. Ooh. But, you know, it is nice replayability. Some people try to get every trophy on every difficulty with every cup, or at least in every cup with every character, I mean. Because that is technically part of completion. That is logged. I guess I should show it. But when you highlight a character, it will show whether they got the trophy or not for different difficulties. Also, if I'm really quiet, I'm really sorry. I wanted to make sure the game is turned up. And my mic has been way too loud in recent videos. All of Banjo-Kazooie, I peaked the mic way too many times. Too much pop. It still sounds okay, but like, I don't know. I'm always so paranoid. I decided to experiment here. So we're doing most, if not all of this game in one sitting with experimental settings, I guess. I need to go back and listen between videos, between recordings. So I'm going to turn this off and pee after this cup. I was not expecting to do anywhere near this okay. Oh, I almost fell off right after saying that. With characters other than Captain Falcon or Mighty Gazelle. Who is our next character we finally get to play as? And then maybe we'll unlock new characters after that, but then not play as them and play as the characters we already unlocked last time we unlocked characters. But of course, by that point, we'll be in expert mode, so it won't really matter. Alright, did we get first in every race? No. Okay. But we're still doing pretty okay. Black Shadow looks like a terrifying beast of a man. But we did it, you guys! I'll think of things to say between videos here, so I won't be so boring and drab. My wife and I are watching through Futurama to continue the rambling of just whatever is on my mind. We're not watching through it, we're watching the new episodes. We finally finished South Park. We watched everything to see on South Park, except for like little shorts they did ages ago, like for like award shows in the 90s, or like Jay Leno, or just on their YouTube channel, whatever. We didn't watch those. They're not very important, and I'm not too interested. But if you want to hear my thoughts on South Park, let me know. I have a lot of thoughts on South Park. But I don't know what the overlap is. I mean, Season 2 of South Park, which is considered by many to be peak South Park, came out when this game came out, so who knows? Maybe the overlap is there. Those little PNGs, those shitty little PNGs are killing me. Is that supposed to be us standing there? Obviously, it's not like they were going to make 3D models of every character just for that. Was there ever any doubt that I'd win? Also, the pilot numbers. If she's a rookie, why is she pilot 2? Is it just who registered for, like, F-Zero X for this season? Because I'm assuming this is supposed to be the first F-Zero X tournament? Cup? Circuit? What do you call it? Grand Prix. That's what I'm looking for. You know, since it's come back and been renamed X. So I guess it's whoever signed up first got the pilot numbers they did. So Captain Falcon was the 7th to sign up, and was Dr. Stewart one? I don't remember. Who cares? I'll see you next time for The finale? Question mark. It's obviously not going to be the finale. Sorry for the spoiler. Goodbye!